And we're back for the fastest minute in tennis. I'm your host, Good Energy. As always, this coverage is brought to you via the Doctrine of Fair Use, the Fair Dealing, and the Digital Millennium Act. Let's get into it. Mirra Andreeva taking on Lucia Bronzetti. Ciao Bela in Mirra, ladies and gentlemen. The world's ranked number 7. 4 aces in this match. She'd win 77% of her first serves, showing that variety. Now, Mirra, she loves to go to the forehand. We all know she's hitting her forehand about 70% of the time. If opponents want to attack Mirra, they have to go to the backhand. Bronzetti could not get to the backhand, and Mirra Andreeva advances. We have to look at Mirra as one of the players that can win this thing outright. Belinda Bencic from Switzerland. She drops the first set to Elsa, the French woman, ranked 113th. However, Belinda would turn on the burners. The heat-seeking missile, straight laser beams. Now, she stopped to tie her shoe. But listen, guys, it doesn't matter. She's headed to the next round. She'd win the second set 6-1, the third set 6-2. Wipe your sweat because, look, the second and third sets was just a breeze. 0 aces from Belinda in this match. Elsa had 8. 0 double faults from Belinda in this match. She'd win 65% of her first serves, but that's not what got it done. Winning 70% of Elsa's second serve is really what got the job done. Who's that, ladies and gentlemen? That's Ludmilla. That's right, guys. She would take on Stardupseva from the hard-hitting Ukraine. 6-2, 6-1. And Ludmilla, the world's 19th, she's going to advance, ladies and gentlemen, backed by winning 87% of her first serves. Listen, guys, Stardupseva, she's now going to probably creep inside the top 60. Look, great player from the Ukraine, but she's too heavy on one hand. While Ludmilla, she can go to the backhand. She can mix it up. The short ball, just a little too good today. Caroline Dolehide, the American, taking on the reigning and defending champion Barbora Krejcikova, the world's ranked 16th. Now listen, remember that WTA clause, that the change in the rule. Doesn't matter your ranking. If you win a slam on the calendar year, you're guaranteed a spot at the WTA finals. That means Maddie Patty's going to be there. That means Coco going to be defending her title. And if Barbora can win this thing and defend her title, she'll be there as well. She comes in 3. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. She takes out Dolehide. She won the first set, a drop in her play in the second set. But the third set, the Czech player firing on all cylinders, 74% of the first serves. Very consistent on the break points, 5 for 10. That's enough to get the job done. Listen, I don't care if you call her Sophia or Sonia. Just don't leave out the big game. That's right, guys. Big game Sophia Kenin in a battle here, ladies and gentlemen, against Jessica Buzes Monero. Not much to talk here. A breadstick in the first set. Buzes would squeak out the second set tiebreak. 9 aces. Look, she kept everything in front of her. A little surprised because Sophia Kenin plays her best tennis inside the lines. Guys, she's out of there. Iga! Big bet! Iga would have to come back, ladies and gentlemen, after dropping the first set. We had an official upset alert. Kat McNally, who I told you guys, her variety is just amazing, guys. She can go to the drop shots, the slices, and on grass, it's unpredictable. But Iga would make adjustments. Wim in her corner with his notepad. 5 aces from the pole in this one. 72% of her first serves won. It seemed like Kat was gonna win this match, but Iga turned on the burners, guys. 6-2 in the second set. Iga's breakery opened in the third set, 6-1, and she survives a scare. Can Iga Swiatek, who's a junior Wimbledon champion, pull this thing off? She will prove a lot of haters and doubters wrong if she could win this title. The stars are dropping like fast, but Iga Swiatek survives a scare. What about Dayana Yastremska? Did you guys watch this match? Let's pick up here in the third set. Dayana is down 6-4. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, third set tiebreak in a slam. What does that mean? That means Zakharova did not have match point We're playing to 10, win by 2, ladies and gentlemen. And Dayana from the hard-hitting Ukraine. She would fix her hair, gather herself, down 6-4, and before you know it, ladies and gentlemen, she was up 8-6, not looking back. She takes the third set tiebreak and the match 10-8. That's right, she took out Coco. Does Dayana have a chance to win this thing outright? 73% of her first serves won. 4 for 12 on breakpoint opportunities. Very consistent. A lot of power on the forehand. Now, listen, guys. If you have power and strength on the forehand, that's going to transfer to any surface. It just is, ladies and gentlemen. But we're seeing Dayana go to the short ball a little bit more. What about Irina Begu, ladies and gentlemen, from the hard-hitting Romania? She's taking on Dasha. Now, Dasha, one of the best defenders on tour, year in and year out. This would go 3. I still think she's got to work on the serve. 6 double faults, but she makes a lot of faults. They happen at the worst possible time, but it doesn't matter. The world's ranked 18. She comes 2-3, and she's going to advance to the next round. Congratulations, Dasha. She looks good out there. What about Dayana Yastremska? Some matches today, guys. Taking on Amanda Anisimova. Dayana Yastremska, look, the knee's wrapped up, but it doesn't matter. She still can plant that backhand. She can put you on the back foot. A lot of power. And we saw Amanda get frustrated in this match quite a bit. But Amanda, listen, guys, she'd keep her composure, and she'd win this match in 3 sets. Congratulations to Amanda. She really got it done despite the 8 double faults, just really on the first serve. 70% of her first serves won. 60% of Dayana's second serves won. Congratulations, Amanda. Is she another sleeper that can pull this thing off? I think she could, ladies and gentlemen. Osaka, you have to feel for her. But listen, if you didn't watch this match, Osaka was up a set, 4-4 tied in the second set. Osaka would lose 5 straight service games. This would put her down 3-love in the third and final set. She would muster up her second win, tie it up at 4 in the third and final set, backed by 15 aces. And I talked about Osaka. If she's going to get back to the level we know her to be at, that she's capable of, she's got to go crazy on the serve. We need double-digit ace performances in these matchups. She's got to take the pressure off of these long rallies. 15 aces here, and this is just a heartbreaker. As Nick Kyrgios was watching, Osaka would end up losing this match, ladies and gentlemen. However, looking at her game, I agree. Look, I agree with Davenport. Osaka looks really good, and you have to consider her a threat to win one of these hard court titles, even if it's just Cincinnati, getting back to that final again, if it's possibly, if she's going to play DC, I think she should. The U.S. Open, can she win it again? She looks good, ladies and gentlemen. I think she's going to be a threat. That's her surface. We know it. If she plays this style of tennis, 15 aces, I think she's got a chance to possibly win one of these hard court titles. But good effort. Just wasn't her day today. What about Solana Sierra? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, she's a runner-up Junior Slam finalist. We all know that. I talked about that at the French Open 3 years ago. She lost to Lucy Havlikova. But listen, guys, I told you she's one of my top teen prospects. She's the first lucky loser to make the round of 16 at Wimbledon. And yes, I told you to take her as the underdog. She would come through in 3 sets. She took the first set, a huge drop in productivity in the second set. She loses to Buska 6-1 in the second set. Possible injury to the finger. Maybe Christina dropped her level a bit, but it doesn't matter, guys. Solana Sierra, don't cry for me, Argentina. 8 double faults didn't matter. 61% of the first serves didn't matter because she won 50% of Christina's first and second serves. 6 for 16 on breakpoint opportunities. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, will it be Maddie Patty, or will she be taking on Laura Siegemund? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Laura is in shape even despite her age. She's very athletic, very strong, and this is another match I told you. Laura's probably going to win a set or upset Madison Keys. She's got these angled slices, these drop shots. The bounces are unpredictable. you're going to have to put on your tennis shoes and your track shoes if you're taking on Laura, because you're going to be defending the net. And these players, they can't defend these short balls. Laura, she's got 16 doubles titles. She's got 2 majors on the doubles scene. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, a WTA champion a couple years ago on the double side at the finals in Cancun, Laura knows the short ball. She knows the two-way play. Still taking a long time on the second serve, but Madison Keys is eliminated. I think Laura gets past Solana. I don't think Solana is healthy. I think she narrowly escaped a match that Christina probably should have won if she would have raised her level and played a little bit more. But maybe Christina didn't have anything left. This is what Laura does. Madison Keys had an opportunity to possibly extend her racket and get this ball back, but Laura just threads the line. She threads the needle time and time again, and she gets to win here. What about Linda Noskova from the Czech Republic? Another player you might want to watch out in the draw. She takes out Kamila Rakimova in straight sets. Not a shocker there, but Kamila was up a break in the first set. She'd actually blow that, backed by winning 57% of her first serves for most of that first set. She'd actually level out in the second set by winning about 75% of her first serves. Overall, a bit of a sloppy match for Linda, but look, if you make it to the round of 16, you're here for the second week. I don't care how you get there, just get there. Next up, we have Elisa Mertens taking on Svitolina. That is an old school matchup, guys. 2 of my favorite ladies. Let's go back 5-7 years ago. 2 of my favorite ladies on tour. That's going to be an instant classic. That can go either way. I give the slight edge to Svitolina, though. Sabalenka, Emma Raducanu, another classic coming up. Of course, I give Sabalenka the edge there. And I got to be honest with you guys. This draw is opening wide up. Sabalenka might win this whole thing. Tennis in a minute. Like the video. Hit the super thanks. We'll be right back.